Let's take it another level. Again, we was at the Black, Latino, and Asian Caucus.
Ooh, I know where you're going.
I wasn't happy. I feel one way I felt.
There was
decent.
one question you kept asking everybody. Is that where you going?
Yeah, I'm going there. Well, you know what that question is? Where is the stimulus money for our community? Where is it?
We got a bad answer. We got a good answer.
From the person we got a good answer from was our U.S. Senator Christian Gillibrand.
She gave an excellent answer. We're going to spin that answer.
Yeah.
Spin that answer right now.
Yeah. This is Norman Graham at the Crown Hotel with our U.S. Senator Christian Gillibrand. We got one question to ask you about the stimulus funding, and we're trying to see how we can get some of this stimulus funding in our community.
Yes. Well, one of the things we want to do in the stimulus funding is to give more tax credits to small businesses. Small businesses create 2/3 of all new jobs, and jobs is the number one issue no matter where you go across New York. And so if we can get more money into these small businesses by a tax credit for every job they create, you're going to create more jobs. We also want to increase lending. The president said in his State of the Union that he wanted to increase lending by $30 billion to community banks. That'll make a huge difference in creating jobs in Harlem, in the Bronx, all across New York, in Brooklyn, all of the places that people are struggling to create those jobs so that people can provide for their families.
Well, we have the empowerment zones here, but we're trying to get to the money. That's the problem,
Yep.
Senator, that we're not seeing the money in our communities.
Right. Well, what our office does for all the business leaders and all the community leaders is we help you apply for grants. So if you want help getting access to federal stimulus money, come to our offices in New York City.
Okay.
We will work with you on finding which grant is the right one for your project. We will help you apply for it, write a letter of support, and that's the way to do it. So you got to come reach out to my office and meet with my staff because we can create the opportunity to get those funds into New York.
So now, we got a good answer from her. It was
Well,
really simple.
You heard it. That was a good answer, right?
So, but now when we tried to do what she told us to do, it went down the drain. She said, "Come to the office."
Thumbs down.
She said, "Come to the office." We came to the office. We really come to the office. Some said, "Call," because we want to film this process. And in all fairness, so we can let it be out there. We too
We
would
want
like
to
to get.
inform our viewers.
But let's a fair disclosure. We too would like to get some of this stimulus money, because minority media needs some stimulus money.
We want to hire some people.
Exactly. Ain't that what it's for? So now we too, in part of disclosure, we said it. We wanted
It's a
to.
tax credit too.
Yeah, we want to get out here and we want to hire some people. So we told the senator from the beginning, and I represent the Fulton Street merchants also. So we want to get out there and show them the procedure of what to do on how to get this stimulus money.
We want to inform our viewers
Mhm.
how, if number one, if they're eligible, what is the criteria to be eligible, and what is the procedure to secure some of these stimulus grants.
And the AP had an article. I got it on my desk in there, Derek. If you can't make too much noise, can you get it up there? Where the AP spoke about this here, where they said, listen. The AP said, well, listen, the minorities aren't getting this money, so it's not a secret. We're not getting the money. Now they said, and he'll get the paper and show us what date that it was set up there in the AP. And at the end of it all, we're trying to get this money. How do we get the funds in our community so we can stimulate the economy? So now in the same process of, what date does that say? Check it out, read it up there while you see it.
March 7th,
2010.
2010.
What's the title?
Stimulus Watch. Less stimulus for minority firms.
Okay, well, we'll put that up also. We'll show it up there.
Okay.
And this is what it's all about. So now we reached out to the senator's office last Monday. Today is Tuesday. And I was told that, guess what? You got to fax me a letter. I said, well, did you see the tape? The senator didn't say that. I'm just calling. I just happened to call. But the senator did not say all of that. She said, just come to my office.
She said that as if the staff was ready on point. Like
So-
this was what they do.
Okay, we sent it over to Miss Thompson. They said send it over to her, and we sent it over to her. And guess what? I've been calling every day. Tuesday, we're not ready.
I called. You forwarded me the number. What's
That
the
was on, what was
gentleman's
that,
name?
Thursday, Friday? Matter of fact,
What that was on was Friday, and he said he would call us back on Monday.
And
We let the whole Monday go by. I called him back Tuesday and said, yeah, I spoke to you Friday. And he said, oh, I'll call you right back. And he never called me back again.
but Tuesday, Wednesday of last week, I was calling. I faxed the letter over, like you said. When can I come in? How hard is it to come in there and fill out papers? So the senator's people said, well, we just don't want people coming in there. I said, well, the senator didn't say that, but we understand that. But are you telling me that now a week has gone by. We called every day from Monday to today. It's Tuesday evening. And no one would return our call no matter how many times they said, we'll call you right back. And no one could direct us to something simple. Can we come in your office? I can go in any other elected official's office and fill out a paper. Sign my name up. Can I get on your mailing list? This isn't a big deal, but I'm very disappointed at Senator Gillibrand's office that we can't do it. Now, we spoke
Once
to Greg.
again, you said the right thing, Christian Gillibrand's office.
Yes, we spoke to Greg, not the chief of staff. He is her press secretary.
He was right there when we did
And
the
he
interview.
knew exactly who we were and said, Greg, but this is what she's saying. So are you telling us your office is dysfunctional? So
Are
now,
you telling us that the senator was not being honest?
yeah.
That's what I want to know.
Disingenuous, we use that word. But I have a
Leave it up to
problem.
Norman.
I have a problem with this here when our elected officials can't return our phone call and they continue to blow smoke. So this is what happened. You tell us something, and are you taking our vote for granted? When do we say, well, wait a minute, they're taking our vote for granted? We're not. It sound good. We're on tape saying that what we had to say, but guess what? In all reality, does the senator take our vote for granted? So we're going to send this here clip out to all our elected officials and ask them, why should we put our vote behind the senator? Because you know they're going to go lockstep and follow, but now they too couldn't tell us where the stimulus fund is.
Well, they're going to go lockstep. Why? That's that Democratic Party. And we're going to save this for the next show, God willing. But I'm not going to plagiarize you and claim this as my own idea. I'm going to give credit where credit is due. The first person I heard say this was Norman Graham from On the Spot, our executive producer here. The minorities, not just African Americans, but just minorities across the board. Latinos, Asians, Africans in America, and anyone else out there that might be of what is called the quote-unquote minority. Get out of that Democratic Party.
Yes,
they
indeed.
take you for granted. They just say, well, there's X amount of million minorities. We got that percentage in the bag. Start registering as independents and start talking. Start making them have to address some of your issues in order to get your vote. And hey, maybe sometime you might have to be like Norman and go a little bit to the right. You might have to vote for a Republican.
Well, I'll tell you something. If you go on our website, www.onthespotpro.com, that's www.onthespotpro.com, you'll see the whole setup, the whole footage that we had at the caucus. And we talked to everybody, even all our elected officials of color, about this stimulus fund.
Well, that's all that was there was
Of
the
course.
minority
Of course. And guess what?
Black and Latino
They
caucus.
can't tell us where the money's at. And now, afterwards,
Where's the money?
where is the money? Well, it's for our community. And guess what? Now when you try to reach them, nobody wants to answer.
Where's the money
I've
for our
emailed
community?
their staff. I've called their staff, tried to set up meetings and everything else. All of them told us that we call me, we gonna set up a meeting. Guess what? I haven't heard anything from them yet. Nobody. And I understand they up in
Well,
all
don't
the-
say no names. We're going to give you one more chance.
Okay, one more chance?
One more
Because
chance.
I was
After
about
that,
to say it.
after that,
All of my elected officials, I've been calling their office. They're not returning any phone calls. Their office isn't returning.
we got to
They
let the
s-
people know.
They said email us.
It's nothing personal, but we got to let the people know.
If I emailed you like you told me,
I
the
know
request them-
I know who you talking about. He said, well, here, take this email because it'll go to my BlackBerry.
that's what all of them do. I got one. All of them go to your BlackBerry. But take this email. Guess what? I keep calling. Nobody won't answer. Nobody won't answer.
That's
I've
sad.
called several of them. Can we get this meeting that y'all told us we can have? So that's why I feel that little caucus thing there, that's where I feel bad about. Because then I say, hold on. Maybe they were playing. Because there was a lot of talking and walking and, okay. A lot of clowns.
Hobnobbing.
Yes. And see, I got a problem with that.
Hobnobbing
You
and
know,
partying.
But guess what? Nothing's getting done.
What happens in Albany is supposed to stay in Albany.
Nothing's
My fault.
getting done.